This is a excerpt from chapter 1 of Writing Without Teachers by Peter Elbow. The most effective way I know to improve your writing is to do free writing exercises regularly, at least 3 times a week. They are sometimes called automatic writing, babbling, or jabbering exercises. The idea is simply to write for 10 minutes, later on perhaps 15 or 20. Don't stop for anything, go quickly without rushing, never stop to look back, to cross something out, to wonder how to spell something, to wonder what word or thought to use, or to think about what you are doing. If you can't think of a word or a spelling, just use a squiggle, or else write, I can't think about it. Just put down everything. The easiest thing is just to put down whatever is in your mind. If you get stuck, it's fine to write, I can't think of what to say, I can't think of what to say, as many times as you want, or repeat the last word you wrote over and over again, or anything else. The only requirement is that you never stop. Free writing may seem crazy, but actually it makes simple sense. Think of the difference between speaking and writing. Writing has the advantage of permitting more editing, but that's its downfall too. Almost everybody interposes a massive and complicated series of editings between the time words start to be born into consciousness and when they finally come off the end of the pencil or typewriter onto the page. This is partly because schooling makes us obsessed with the mistakes we make in writing. Many people are constantly thinking about spelling and grammar as they try to write. I am always thinking about the awkwardness, wordiness, and general mushiness of my natural verbal product as I try to write down words. Editing, in itself, is not the problem. Editing is usually necessary if we want to end up with something satisfactory. The problem is that editing goes on at the same time as producing. The editor is, as it were, constantly looking over the shoulder of the producer and constantly fiddling with what he's doing while he's in the middle of trying to do it. No wonder the producer gets nervous, jumpy, inhibited, and finally can't be coherent. It is an unnecessary burden to try to think of words and also worry at the same time whether they are the right words. The main thing about free writing is that it is non-editing. It is an exercise in bringing together the process of producing words and putting them down on the page. Practiced regularly, it undoes the ingrained habit of editing at the same time as you are trying to produce. It will make writing less blocked because words will come more easily. You will use up more paper, but chew up fewer pencils. The habit of compulsive premature editing doesn't just make writing hard, it makes your writing dead. Your voice is damped out by all the interruptions, changes, and hesitations between consciousness and the page. In your natural way of producing words, there is a sound, a texture, a rhythm, a voice, which is the main source of power in your writing. I don't know how it works, but this voice is the force that will make a reader listen to you, the energy that drives the meaning through his thick skull. Maybe you don't like your voice, maybe people have made fun of it, but it's the only voice you've got. It's your only source of power. You better get into it, no matter what you think of it. If you keep writing in it, you will change into something you like better. But if you abandon it, you'll likely never have a voice and never be heard. Free writings are vacuums. Gradually, you will begin to carry over into your regular writing some of the voice, force, and connectedness that creep into those vacuums. Now, I find that free writing offends some people. They accuse it of being an invitation to write garbage. Yes and no. Yes, it produces garbage, but that's all right. What is feared seems to be some kind of infection. I've struggled so hard to make my writing cleaner, more organized, less chaotic, struggled so hard to be less helpless and confused in the face of a blank piece of paper. And I've made some progress. I allow myself to write garbage or randomness, even for short periods. The chaos will regain a foothold and sneak back in to overwhelm me again. Bad writing doesn't infect in this way. It might if you did nothing but free writing, if you gave up all efforts at care, discrimination, and precision, but no one asks you to give up careful writing. It turns out, in fact, that these brief exercises in not caring help you care better afterward. Now, a word about being careless. In free writing exercises, you should not stop, go back, correct, or reflect. In a sense, this means be careless. But there is a different kind of carelessness, not giving full attention, focus, or energy. Free writing helps you pour more attention, focus, and energy into what you write. That is why free writing exercises must be short. If there is any validity to the infectious model of bad writing, it works the other way around. There is garbage in your head. If you don't let it onto paper, it really will infect everything else up there. Garbage in your head poisons you. Garbage on paper can safely be put in the waste paper basket. It boils down to something very simple. If you do free writing regularly, much or most of it will be far inferior to what you can produce through care and rewriting. But the good bits will be much better than anything else you can produce by any other method. Now, if you are serious about wanting to improve your writing, the most useful thing you can do is keep a free writing diary. Just 10 minutes a day. Not a complete account of your day, just a brief mind sample for each day. You don't have to think hard or prepare or be in the mood. Without stopping, just write whatever words come out, whether or not you are thinking or in the mood.